Hello everyone and welcome back to Krastorio 2. This is Otaku Showboat. If you've been enjoying this series thus far, please be sure to do all of the social and engagement stuff below the video, and please consider, among other things, hitting that great big blue join button to become an erudite otaku, as well as potentially joining my Patreon at patreon.com/otakushowboat if you are so inclined and able. What did we do last time? We scaled low density structures up a little bit. They were scaled slightly. Yes, a little bit more. We got just a few low density structures. Now, a little bit ago, few episodes back, Ave posted a link to a mod, as well as edits to Krastorio for said mod to allow better compatibility with said mod. That mod was Shawl's Recipe Scaling. What this mod does is it gives additional recipes that are, I think the basic setting for it is times 50, so it's 50 times more ingredients and 50 times more output at 50 times the crafting speed. The crafting time, excuse me. What does that do exactly? It multiplies everything by a factor of 50. Well, what it does is it allows you to speed beacon more. That's about it. That's all it that's it. That's all it does. It's just more speed bacon all the time. All of the bacon all of the time. That is all of the tech I can take before stuff, right? No, I have this. This is advanced. I need to pay very close attention. The little icons on my screen, it's a little bit difficult to tell the difference between the advanced and the optimization tech cards at this size. It's a little difficult to tell that that's an A versus the two pluses on the optimization science at this moment in time. But yeah, that's it. We're just about done with our ability to do science. Fortunately, we can work on space science. We can work on the optimization tech cards and launching rockets, and that is going to be part of the goal going forward. This is just to keep in mind as we go forward. Now, Shawl's is very adjustable, recipe scaling. It's incredibly adjustable. At the moment, I only have it set to work with the advanced items, the buildings that have advanced in their names. So the chemical plant, the assembling machine, and the furnace. That's it. That's all. We can see here that our thingy here taking 50 times more coke, 50 times more iron, and making 50 times more steel. Yes, 5 times 5 is 25 times another 0. 10 is 250. So yes, that looks accurate. My edits appear to have worked. Yes, and all that's 1-to-1 ratios and all that good stuff. So we've already had a circumstance, I'm pretty sure, with a recipe on the chem plant being a little bit too fast. That was for the production of plastic in particular. Plastic was too fast when we set it up, and I was limited on how many speed modules I could have around the thing. So I could get a little bit more output with the current beacon setup. We're not even talking about singularity beacons yet. Oh my god, we're going to have this problem so hard with singularity beacons, we're likely going to have that on other buildings outside of the advanced buildings. So once that starts to happen, and once I start running into those issues with some of the other buildings, that's when I'll sort of tack on the startup settings those very specific buildings. It's just really easy in the mod startup settings for Shawl's recipe scaling to add right here the machines using the scaled recipes, just advanced dash wildcard. That applies it to all three of these because each of these machines on the entity name, you can see at the very bottom of the tooltip, right there that I'm pointing at, KR Advanced Furnace. It has the word advanced. It has advanced in it, and it seems it started with a wildcard as well. Just it found it. It recognized what I meant when typing that in. It was intelligent, semi-intelligent anyway. The one thing I might want to change is the stuff that has slower crafting time inherently maybe shouldn't have the extra stuff. I would like to limit to not do much of this, because it adds a whole bunch of recipes that maybe I don't want to have. Or maybe I do. Maybe I do want to make tons of specific items. I definitely know that I want to make a ton of electronic components, because apparently to get 60 singularity science, you need like 6 purple belts of electronic components by themselves. But anyway, with that said, for now, we're not necessarily going to be using shawls unless we absolutely have to. We don't even have the singularity beacons yet, where that problem will present itself a bit more. No, instead, we are going to now focus on this. This beautiful, beautiful production item. I need to, at this point, make notes. This is the biggest factory that we are going to do at this point. It is the largest of the large. I do not need to use the space research data for anything else besides making these tech cards. So processing the tech cards into quantum computing for the actual science, the optimization tech cards, will happen, as is. Okay, I need to make a list of stuff that I need, as well as a list of requester train stops for this particular train station. Okay, so I see at the very bottom of the list is stone, and then up above we have green circuits and electronic components. That's 3. So we have this gets processed into quartz/silicon up here. Green tech cards and electronic components. Then we have batteries and iron. Then we have glass and steel as the new items. Then we have blue circuits. We have our processed iron plates for the gear wheels. I actually haven't listed the gear wheels here at this point. Then... So that's those all made. Then it's rocket fuel and LDS. And apparently more rocket fuel and LDS, and the satellites and the rocket control units that are being made down here. And then copper. And blank, no, not copper. What am I thinking? It's just blank tech cards. Why did I even break down that? No, don't break down that, because that's just going to confuse me. Break down this for me with the proper the most proper of productivity modules applied to that. And apply productivity like wherever possible. That would be most appreciated. Speed where possible, otherwise. And yeah, I think I'm good here for the optimization tech cards. And just by the way, chances are we are not going to be able to finish this entire thing today, just so we're aware. So I need no short of 11 input train stations for this build, as well as the output of optimization TCs. Okay, I think I'm ready to go. 11 means I need 22 unloaders, bulk rail unloaders. I have them between my inventory and the vehicle's inventory. I have enough rail. I have a few signals. I think the signals will be plenty. I've got some big poles between me. I've got the substations. I've got beacons out the wazoo. Note that all of this is unbeaconed. It's just not speed beaconed, the whole thing. I mean, look at this. It's all 11111116, 1113. Do I really need to speed beacon this? Maybe this one right here and this up at the very top. I'll do beacons for this moment in time. Once I get through this and I'm able to take the tech for the singularity science, that's when things will start getting real interesting. I'm gonna keep that pin. I don't know why I got rid of it, but anyway. Oh, I've got a few productivity modules on me. Where are we going to build this train station? That is the question. Where will this massive train station live? I don't know. Where could it possibly go? With its 12 stations. That's like bigger than this. This has 11 requester stations. I need one more than this here. I'm almost tempted to just copy this whole thing, but I don't want all the shared belt lines. That would be unreasonable. Well, I think I'm going to do it up here and on this line, so I will do a 4-way intersection. Probably not there. Right there looks okay. Yeah, I'm gonna likely cover this rare metals. Unfortunate, but needs must. We gotta do it. It looks like it's not. It's just barely gonna cover over it. I'm not concerned. You know, just add a few onto there. And off we go. So it is at this point in time that I should mention that I am recording this on a Friday, and the Factorio developers have released their latest newsletter talking about the 1.1 update, saying that it is coming quite soon, and hinting at the fact that they are going to have an experimental stage for 1.1. That is one of the key things that popped up at the very end of that post. They talked about having an experimental on it, so we'll see when 1.1 experimental hits. Apparently mods may be impacted. There are some mods that may be impacted. We shall see if any of my current mods are impacted by the changes in 1.1. But what they talked about was that they are changing these tabs, and they are eliminating the character tab completely. It's just going to be gone. And apparently there's a setting. Flat character GUI that'll be on by default now. To look like this. I mean, I guess we can switch to this just to sort of start getting used to it. To show the crafting pane as well as the logistics pane. They're going to completely get rid of this character tab and move it to like different buttons. This stuff is already presented on the UI anyway in here, as well as the personal Roboport thing. It's like, well, we've got logistics and auto trash on off there. Personal Roboport, that's got a button on the hotbar that I think I am sort of covering up. It's this button. This button right in here. There you go. There's my cursor. I have to like click on the game again because I was tabbed out. There. Right there. All of this stuff is already present. This is already present. So really it's just this for the color, which a button I think is what they're changing it to, just a button. And somewhere in the rest of this UI. Okay? It makes this window huge. Like this window is gargantuan now. It's like in my opinion this is a bit too big because this is going to be the default going forward and it's going to have this exact layout. This is what it's like going to look like. I don't know if they swapped crafting and logistics, but yeah, this is big. This is big. And do I really want all of this presented all at the same time? Not really. I mean, there comes the point in the game that you're not actually going to be handcrafting much of anything anymore. So this whole crafting section becomes superfluous, really. Just completely superfluous. Like, I would like to be able to just collapse the crafting and logistics and just have my inventory. Like, I want a just inventory. Can I get a just inventory? That would be great. If I could get a just my inventory window without any crafting window and without any logistics window. I'd like just inventory. If you can give that, that'd be great. So I can just look at my inventory and not have to worry about, like, I'm more inclined to push the B key for blueprints now because this is a smaller window than this. Than this will be by default. And like, excuse me, but that shouldn't be the case. I didn't destroy my little test setup here. I would like those resources. Those are good resources. I apparently have like 1,000 U-235 stored now. Huzzah! Stuff things. I am not even remotely shoving in enough ore to keep this going. Yeah, that makes sense. Makes sense to me. So I've got like a gig before I have to worry about stuff now. Gigawatt of power. I have no idea how much this thing is going to use. Go, my minions! Build for me! All of this stuff. For the life of me, I have no idea why this is necessary. Just to be completely honest, there's these two signals connected by a red wire. We have a close signal. When specified condition is true, it makes this signal red and stops trains from passing. Okay. When signal is true. If a train cannot stop in time, or is already passing through, The signal will not stop that train. Very often stop at the signal and try to find an alternate path, even if one is not try to find an alternate path. So if green signal is not 0, greater than 0, this will close. This will give a signal read. It's either green, yellow, or red on reading this signal. So if this, it's saying that if this signal is green, this signal will be red. But if this signal is yellow, this signal will not be closed. Why is that absolutely necessary? It must be a spacing, train spacing thing. I don't know. I don't get it. I don't understand why that logic is necessary. Okay. I understand a lot about this blueprint book, but that particular thing, that one little thing, I don't know. I don't necessarily understand. Also, I don't need any of these. Like, I don't really need these on this side. These are all superfluous. If the train's gonna stop and wait, it's gonna stop and wait at this chain signal if anything is in here. Same on this side. I don't actually need these signals. That means that yes, for setups like this, you can have very tight spacing without having to worry about anything. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I need 11. 11 glorious things. Nine. 11. 11. Plus the 1 supply station. I didn't touch the things. I didn't cover it. I didn't cover the rare metals. All is well in the universe. Why are you not placing these? What? Excuse me? Since when? So the robots cannot access the car's inventory. It's come up before, I'm pretty sure, and I know that I've made this commentary. I know I've known this. Oh, I don't have a requester station. Great. That's just fantastic. We have to leave back to the mall and restock anyway. I was trying to avoid having to do that to finish the station. I had everything for the station except for one requester stop. And I don't have any requester stops in my vehicle. Oops. Oh well, let's go right on back, get that station. I get used to nanobots, okay? And nanobots absolutely are able, and in fact prefer, accessing the vehicle's inventory before your personal inventory. It's a big difference between the robots and the nanobot mod. I get really used to the bots pulling from the vehicle inventory before the character inventory with nanobots, and yeah, in this specific situation, that's come to bite me a little bit. Oh yeah, here's the stuff, the plastic. We can change this to this, And now I can add this back in. These extra speed modules. And it changes nothing, ultimately. Except it makes it just that much faster. It's just that much faster. We can actually get the full 188.16, which is actually enough to need another belt. That's more than 3 green belts. Wow. Okay. Sure. It was like in the 160 range. We just gained another 20 per second of plastic bars out of this one entity by using the Shawl's recipe scaling mod for the plastic. Yep. That's that. I hope the pump is able to overcome and actually provide that 1344. Might need additional pumpage for that, but yeah, it's good. It's great. It's freaking tastic. I'm going to need more sulfuric acid soon. Very soon. Probably now. We'll get there. We'll get to that. For now, we're setting up optimization science. / space science, whatever you want to call it. The optimization tech cards. Hey, we got tech. How much tech do we have left? 1 whole tech! And then we need optimization science to continue. And that'll, like, optimization is going to give us mining productivity times a lot. It's going to give us all the way from 4 to 10 and then 11 to 15. That's what this will unlock. 6 levels here and then another 5. Wow. Wow, that's a lot of productivity when each level is 10%. What? What? The battery thing is not as good. The inserter capacity is great. That speeds up my bulk rail loaders, unloaders. The cargo size is always good. Always good. I can get more inventory slots, more movement speed, more reach, mining speed, crafting speed, all that good stuff. 2. I can unlock Mark III power armor and actually sort of make it. Lots of good upgrades. Lots of great upgrades will happen at optimization tech cards. Not like that even matters in the slightest, because it's not like I'm in need of additional ore right now. I've got lots of ore. A lot of ore. Alright, my minions, bring me things. It's already been 28 minutes. What? What? How has it been 28 minutes already? What is this shenaniganry? Anyway, that's all my stuff brought to me. All my requests. Let's go and take care of this train station at the very least. This is the big train station. I know that I put RCUs here, but this is going to be rocket launches, and I'm just going to delete that because it's not needed. It's rocket launches. We're doing rocket launches. We're not going to bother doing rocket control units or anything else like that on separate factories. No. What I am a little bit concerned about is that the rocket fuel is being made on the literal other side of the base. The rocket fuel is, like, way somewhere over here, and it would need to deliver up there. That's one of my concerns, is just distance that the trains have to travel. Versus their speed. I will need to put serious consideration into upgrading my trains to something else. Do something better. And something better in Krastorio terms is nuclear. And dealing with that will be a mission. A royal big pain in the rear end. Because, yeah, they're going to consume nuclear material. They're going to consume fuel cells. And they're going to make used fuel cells when they run out of their fuel. So I have to configure my refueling settings to allow the trains to refuel and, like, do lots of shenaniganry. Shenanigans! Yes, shenanigans. For being able to restock and make sure that I output properly. Oh, I need to just copy the whole shebang here. Gib wires. What? I didn't see wire. Everything wire, wire. Wire the everything. Okay. We're all wired up. We are, of course, going to build above on here. Let's go ahead and get a radar down. Because, yeah, radars. Radars are awesome. I want to reveal the everything. It is slightly unfortunate that shawls would not work. The recipe thing would not work on the mining of, like, immersite and things. That would be appreciated if we could beacon more our immersite nodes, but oh well. It's only got 1 billion units in a node. It'll go eventually. Okay, so this will be my supply for optimization. TC. I have to remember that I have singular on this. We are depot for optimization TC. The first. I have to laugh a little bit because it's as if I'm going to have anything more than that. So let's see. We've got a need for stone. Request stone at optimization TC1. I'm actually going to just copy that whole thing. Now we've got our green circuits at optimization TC1. We've got our electronic components at optimization TC1. Request batteries at optimization TC1. Request iron at optimization TC1. Request glass at optimization tech cards 1. Request steel at optimization tech cards 1. Request blue circuits at optimization TC1. Request rocket fuel at optimization TC1. Request LDS at optimization TC1. And finally, request blank TC at optimization TC1. Oh my god, that's a huge train station. That is big. Massive, massive, massive. Okay, you're going to bring me the blank tech cards. You're going to bring me the LDS. You're going to bring me the rocket fuel, the rocketest of rocket fuel. You're gonna bring me the blue circuits. Interesting that there's no red circuits used here at all. We've got a need for steel plates. We've got a need for glass. We've got a need for iron. A need for batteries. Interesting. Iron? We need some electronic components. We need some green circuits. And we need stone. The stoniest. The stoniest of stone shall be mine. And this will be one of the stations, I think, that over time is actually going to start really using these waiting locations. Potentially, depending on how many trains I have and how quickly I need specific stuff. I am out of science to accept. I am completely out of science. Yes, so these guys have to wait for the trains to clear this for each one to leave. That's one of the downsides of this, but oh well. Just oh well. I haven't even gotten the iron delivery yet, have I? I've gotten the steel. Interesting. Why? Iron? It's just taking a while for them to fill up the doohickey. I have no spare iron. It's as if I'm consuming all of my iron to make steel or something. It's as if all of my iron has been evaporated because I have steel scaled up. Yeah, about that. I do need to go and do the enriched processing of iron. That's on the agenda for off-screen work, but because this is a Friday, that means I record 3 videos in a row. So these next 2 after this, unless I go and do this on screen, I'm going to be limited by this iron the entire time. It has been about 38 minutes. It looks like I have most stuff and the iron is on its way. Okay, and then what about this? The low density structures. What's the problem with you? It's just I need to load LDS. Look at how it just snaked its way around to deliver my copper for the LDS. It's glorious. It's pretty nice. I like that a lot. But anyway, the mall requires a lot of LDS. This is going to require a bit of LDS. The singularity cars are going to require LDS. It's just insanity. Complete and total mess of things. I think the last thing that I'm going to do today is grab an output. And build this stuff for the outputs. LDS delivery, it's on its way. I'm just gonna get all of these out and about. And then we're gonna end it off and then do the actual build of this next time. Today was the optimization, the rocket train station. Rocket station. That's what we'll call this video, or something along those lines. The rocketest of rocket train stations. Then I need all these buildings, and do I have all these buildings? I think I have all of these buildings. I don't have a rocket silo. When we meet again, I will be going to my mall to build rocket silos at my mall, and then we will return and build up the infrastructure here to do all of this stuff with all of the modules and the beacons and all the great, beautiful things. With that, I would like to thank you all for watching. This has been Otaku Showboat. If you have enjoyed today's video and the series thus far, please be sure to do all of the social and engagement stuff down below. You can, of course, also hit that great big blue join button for me to become an erudite otaku and turn that blue button gray. You can also support me on Patreon at patreon.com/otakushowboat if you are so inclined and able. And I will, of course, see you all on the next one.